All right, guys. Welcome back to Sayin Society. Yo, myself, Jochik, Justman, and God.
Yo.
This is our
Yes,
weekly
sir.
anime and manga discussion. And this is episode 77, 78?
Nine,
79.
bro.
79, bro.
What's up with you?
I don't know. I'm tired. So we're just going to be talking about One Piece and JJK.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's start off with One Piece. The fan base has been going crazy over this chapter.
Really?
Have they?
Yeah. Like, have you guys been seeing it on Twitter?
No.
No?
Clock me in.
Basically, they're like, oh, okay. So in the chapter, we see Nami and
Yeah. What's up?
Usopp and the gang all like dressed up in like different attire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
you're talking about like the inconsistencies?
yeah, you've been seeing that, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's on purpose.
I think so too. But basically, what's been happening is like Luffy. You see Luffy standing, he has a sword
Yeah.
on his back.
Yeah.
Then when it shows him again in the next shot, it's an axe,
Yeah.
Oh.
right?
You can't really tell it's an axe, but it's like the hilt of an axe. Like
but basically, it's like the inconsistencies are like that. Like Nami standing with nothing on her back. And
one
the
point
next
she has a
scene,
sword.
then the next scene she has something in her back.
It's a sword.
and
You think
no,
that's
no,
on purpose?
It's a weapon. Like it's the weapon, right? That she uses.
It's
What's
no,
her-
it's a
her-
sword. You can
okay,
with
whatever.
Nami, you can clearly tell it's like you've got like the hilt of the sword, and then like you can actually tell it's a sword on her back. I went back to look through the chapter
but,
when
like,
people were talking about the inconsistencies.
Basically,
Because I didn't notice it the first time I read it.
Yeah.
It's very
And, like-
minor. Like it's minor inconsistency.
You don't think that's
like-
just like a...
It could be
like a
accidental. Like
accidental
something-
thing that he'll fix during like the
something
volume
will-
release?
So you know what people are saying? They're like, "Yo, Oda's slipping. The age is getting to him."
no, but what if that...
like-
Like, what if he did slip up?
I
No,
think
yeah.
Maybe like
I think it's fair.
maybe
'Cause
it's not like
he
age,
has
but, like,
he has
maybe-
done that with people's like people do that, like it happens all the time in anime or with manga when you have like the leaks, and then when the volume comes out they correct
They
those
correct
things.
No,
it,
but
yeah.
the
So,
same thing happened when Luffy fought Doflamingo. He takes off his shoes, and then when he stomps him, his shoes are still on.
I
Did
don't
he-
remember that.
Did he fix
I
that in the
don't remember
volume?
that.
Huh? I don't know if they did, but it's like when he first goes Gear 4, he's like bouncing.
I
and
remember.
shit,
I
and
remember.
he doesn't
when,
have his shoes on.
I remember
and then
when,
he stomps him in the face, and his shoes are on. And you're like,
in Gear 4.
in Gear 4,
No,
yeah.
he doesn't have shoes on.
I know. I'm telling you, he doesn't have shoes
No,
on.
no. Okay, so
But when he stomps him in the face, his shoes are on.
when he goes like sideways and he has like and he fucking like
In the face, yeah, bro. What am I saying, bro?
I don't know. I swear he does not have shoes on.
He
even
has
then.
shoes on, bro. That shit's like,
Yeah.
it's literally been memed. Like, you can
What?
find clips everywhere. People are like, what the fuck's going
Yo,
on?
because like when Luffy stops Doflamingo's foot, his foot is also like just like he has a sandal on. Then
Right, that's before Gear 4.
yeah,
Then when he turns Gear 4,
yeah.
takes off
I know he
his shoes.
loses.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
But again, like, I don't give, like, that's not
Okay,
even like
whatever.
that's like such a minor thing. Like, who gives a fuck?
I mean, it's no. You still care.
Why?
You just do, man.
What do you mean?
It's just-
Dolphin getting kicked?
It's
his
continuity,
Bro,
bro.
his ass is getting kicked
Yo, that
regardless,
jumble is
right?
crazy. Like, like for it to like that destructive power is insane, man. Like, so the reason why it's like it definitely could be a fix up, but I
Yeah.
think like he wouldn't like it's an easy detail to miss, but I feel like that's something to go off of, because people are saying like, yo, what if it's like a dream sequence, or like they're not actually like doing like in the like like something's affecting their heads, and like that's what it is.
Because the other inconsistency was Luffy says Gear 4.
And then
Oh,
he doesn't actually go
he
Gear
doesn't
4.
go
Gear 4. He
yeah.
does Gear 3 moves. And then people are like,
So there's
what
like
the
too
hell's going
many
on?
inconsistencies.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
word,
yeah.
word,
But that
word.
one is an obvious inconsistency.
Yeah.
That, again, like that I think you're correct that it's a dream sequence.
Yeah,
Because of the booze, right? They're saying that the booze could make you hallucinate, and
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
all hallucinating.
that's true.
Word.
The other thing,
Because what kind of cat? Sorry to cut you off. What
No,
kind
fuck
of,
you.
well, cat turns into like a lion and
No,
then back to a
but
cat.
also takes all three of them to take down.
Yeah.
fuck?
Yo, when I saw their
Like, I
attack,
was
like,
like,
they're doing
yo,
like their
what?
best moves, basically. Like,
But
I mean,
was
Luffy's
just
in Gear 4, but like Zoro's doing his like 3 swords out, doing his fucking tornado, and then you have fucking Sanji
That's what I'm
with
saying.
his.
What takes all three of them?
What if it was
Yeah.
just a flex?
Maybe. you
No,
know?
because that's like
But
the
it's just
scaling for the rest of the arc's got to be crazy. If that shit was
crazy,
real.
yeah.
Or it's just flex, bro. We just flex.
I guess, but
But
they
see, the
didn't.
issue
They didn't
is-
even really like one shot it though.
The issue
Like-
is that like if this is a hallucination, right? Why do they have other like giants in other areas be like, oh yo, what happened to the ear god or whatever?
Yeah.
And then later on they're like, oh yeah, that rabbit we killed earlier was tasty. So like the fact that they're like referencing shit in different points,
Oh,
it probably isn't a hallucination.
Yeah, maybe.
You know
There's.
what I mean? Like,
I mean,
there's even like they even reference like
the thing
bees or
is
some
that-
shit too, right?
they reference the Dresla tree.
Yeah.
So like we don't really know how ELBAF works.
Yeah.
And maybe because Luffy guys are foreign to the land, that like the land itself could be giving off.
Rejecting them.
Yeah, like some shit like that. Where
Like
like
it's-
they're
okay,
not
yeah,
giants. They're not like one
Right.
like one with nature or like
Or,
whatever. So like
I mean, giants. We haven't seen giants be one of them.
I'm just saying though, like that could be like a whole thing that they
Yeah.
play into,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they don't just drop like the Drazel tree like that and then not have like some type of connection to
Well,
life or something
yeah.
like
Like
that,
I've been
right?
seeing like a lot of like basically theories on Twitter and stuff where fans were like, "Oh, it's gonna be like Norse
Yeah.
mythology and how the tree has different realms and each realm
I saw
has
that.
different
It was like a
things."
hyperbolic
my
time
God.
chamber.
There's a realm.
Yeah.
Whoa, One Piece film red.
Yes, sir.
Bro, what do you
When
mean?
they fought what's its
Yeah,
face?
he was from
Shut
the
up,
demon
bro.
realm.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
And then they had to go through Snake Way and find them. Like-
Anyways, because it's like the tree is like sectioned off into I guess 9 different realms, and there's
Yeah.
like 9 straw hats, I think, right? Or is it 10?
I
don't
think
fucking
I
know.
think they're at 10 or
Oh,
11.
are you
Yeah.
saying like that? Like everybody's gonna have like their own like little training arc at the
in-
different
yeah,
dimensions
yeah,
or whatever?
because-
I saw that too.
I saw that
And,
too.
yeah, and it was like basically because one of
I don't
them
really
is, like,
agree with it though.
one of them is like hell, and so that's where Zoro would
Zoro's
go,
will go, yeah.
and then like everyone else would go everywhere else.
Gotcha doesn't care. Gotcha's like, yo, Zoro's at hell. That's
Hell, that's it.
it. Yeah, like,
Bet.
I don't give a fuck for anyone else. I kind of like the theory just for the fact that I was talking to somebody else about this theory like almost like a year ago of like, what if Luffy guys get like sent back in time, or just Luffy and he has his own little training arc, and like he kind of goes out of time, or maybe he goes to the future. Either way, but like
Luffy's was like some god realm.
it was like some shit. It was like some shit like
he
that
was
where like
connected to Sun God Luffy.
like what
Oh,
if
yeah, yeah,
what
just
if
to-
like
Okay, yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
somehow like
Yeah.
something happens like an egghead, and that pushes him like out of time. People think he's dead for like a while, but like
but what?
it was just like a theory he was cooking
Yeah,
up,
I
and we
don't
were just kind of talking
like,
about it.
To be honest, I don't think we're gonna see any sort of like time shit in One Piece like that.
I hope
Like-
not,
like-
but like
like
in the
that-
same
we already
essence-
gotten like a time thing from One Piece. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's the
That-
most
no,
we're
yeah,
gonna
we got
get.
the
facts,
time
facts. No, but also Toki's
No,
fruit.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
no,
feel
we
like that's
did.
the most we're gonna
Exactly.
get.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think that's the most we'll get.
Because I feel like it still needs to be like somewhat grounded to like their story.
Yeah.
So like we're especially with it being like the final saga, it's like no point of having like a whole time thing
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Unless it's really like a hyperbolic time chamber where like he's gone experiencing like this whole fucking flashback or like whatever in the future, and then it comes back to like present day and it's like he never left. Then it's
Right.
fine because then it's like it doesn't mess with the story.
Yeah.
Or he comes back in the world just to shit. Garp's dead.
That's happening anyways.
Sabo gets killed by Imu-sama.
That's never happening.
All right.
You watched the episode from last week?
No, did you?
Yeah.
Tell the clock.
Bro, so Sabo had like his flames on the ground, and none of these Gorosei could walk over.
Well, tell me about the arrow.
Yeah, it was a tail.
It was a tail.
Nice.
Yeah, but these guys had to wait for Sabo's flames to like disappear, and
So
then
they're
they
scared
started,
of
and then
flames?
they started moving.
So Luffy has a one up on him anyway.
That's what I'm saying, man. I've been saying Sabo,
No, Luffy
I've
got
been
it.
saying, bro.
But Luffy got a one up on him.
but then Sabo has the flames, natural enemy. Like,
But
just
like
fucking
Luffy
you
got
guys up.
flames too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all comes together.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm
get
just
back
saying.
to the
Yeah,
chapter.
sorry. Yeah.
The fuck?
Yo, you just had
They
to dick ride
mentioned-
Sabo
no,
real quick.
They mentioned the sun god in the chapter.
That's
Yeah,
what I
they
wanted to
did.
mention. So
Yeah.
remember,
So go ahead.
like the Loki thing I was saying.
Yeah.
What it like Loki's probably lying about being
Being
the sun god. And so like this, so
The Giants went to go get Luffy because they saw the real Sun God.
False,
right here, bro.
False prophets type shit.
maybe.
I see what
Maybe,
you're talking about,
maybe.
bro.
Yeah.
I had two ways of going with it though. Like one was either like they like dethrone this dude because
Yeah.
he's been lying, and then they see
Yeah.
like Luffy actually do it, or because like Luffy doesn't want to be a hero. Everything Luffy does as Sun God Nika, they think it's Loki instead.
Okay.
So then like
yeah.
it keeps up like the whole lie thing with Loki, and then like you can still have that whole Usopp mentor interaction with Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like I mean, and you still have Luffy like playing into it too, because obviously like Luffy's main character, and like I don't think Oda would like put him on the sidelines like that for an arc, even if it
Yeah.
is Usopp. Like he didn't do it for Zoro,
You
In
didn't do it for
Wano?
anyone. He hasn't done it for
so
anyone.
exactly like he's not gonna just
Yeah.
do it randomly. Yeah.
I mean, Luffy is the Sun God, so. Hey.
Yeah, I'm like the Lego stuff looks kind of cool too,
It does. It does. Look
which
cool.
is like, but it's so random.
It's
Yeah.
But it's like so little kid. It's probably some little kids play thing. That
But it could be
they're-
Loki. Like it could just be his palace.
Oh, maybe.
Loki
Yeah.
likes his Lego.
Cause he looks like like a fat little kid.
It was kind of giving, for some reason, it was giving me Alice in Wonderland vibes.
Yeah, facts. I agree. I felt the
with
same
the
way.
cat and shit. So like, and how did the cat turn into a lion? That's what I don't get.
Lion, it's lion fruit.
No,
lion.
No. Oh, so what I think it's probably like I don't think it's that case. Like it's lion fruit or something.
Okay.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like Loki probably has an ability to create illusions and shit.
Okay, fair.
Oh,
And
That's fair.
that's how he's
He's
able.
like fucking with
That's
that.
how he's able to rise.
be deceptive and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I hate some devil fruit like
That
that.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That also kind of plays into that One Piece movie where they fall asleep on the ship, and there's like a little seahorse or like a kid,
Oh yeah.
and
It's the dream.
it gives them like the dream similar type of.
Yeah, but it
like-
steals their
Fuck, it's
memories too.
It's
Yeah.
not film red.
Well, Film Red's also part of it, kind of, with like going into the song world and like putting them into this fake like dream sequence.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Film Red is always cooking. It's always cooking. It's always cooking. Say it, bro. Say it, bro. It's
on.
always cooking.
No.
It's always cooking.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, he's such.
Like why?
It just is, bro.
All right. Add something now.
Uh,
With that. Like, make a meaningful contribution to the discussion we were having with that.
Film Red, bro.
It always comes back to film red.
I think what is it? The episode the new one, they had revealed Figureland's color scheme,
I saw that.
Yeah.
and people are going off about that because he's like a white blonde,
Yeah, he's like old. He just has white hair.
but it's like no, like
No,
there's
no,
like there's
his
a bit
hair's
of yellow to
blonde.
it.
His
It's
hair's
blonde.
blonde.
Is it
It's
yellow?
just
It
a
looked
very
white to
very
me.
light yellow.
No, so I thought his hair was gonna be red.
Everyone thought that, but
I
that's
thought
like.
it was gonna be
But
white.
here's the thing, though.
No, white, but then in his youth probably red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So then- but now I
so
think
people
his-
are like
his hair-
chapped that his hair's not red, but then like it's obviously like he's old.
Yeah.
In the flashback, do you guys want his hair to be red, or does it matter to you?
No, it doesn't really matter. He looks like Shanks either way.
Personally, I don't want it to be red. I feel like if Shanks has like this key characteristic that's like
Red hair.
two Figureland species.
I mean, that's what they call him, right?
Red hair Shanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if it's that easy to tell,
Yeah.
it just makes a bigger problem of why the Gorosei just let him run around.
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know,
The
if
red
you
hair.
can't tell,
Like the red hair and the scar are so different from what Figureland looks like.
Yeah.
that They just couldn't.
yeah,
We literally had this conversation
We
in
did.
Japan.
We did.
yeah.
They're like, yo, the red hair and the scar are enough. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking
No,
about?
I know, but like, you know, like if Figureland, like if they typically have like blonde hair or something,
Maybe.
Like-
but what if his mom had red hair?
sure. But like, I think it's better if the Figureland stuff is nothing like for you to like visually see. Like it's not like you see Kuma and you're like, oh, he's a buccaneer. You
Well,
know
his
what I mean?
physique.
Yeah, his physique.
Who? That's what I'm saying.
Kuma,
I'm saying like
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want it like that.
Oh, you want it to be like
I-
some
'cause-
sort of like other.
Yeah, cause like like with Kuma, we see his little backstory that like they never really let him free. They've been on his ass, right?
Mhm.
With Shanks, like they've been letting him just roam,
Yeah,
even
just do
with
his
like
thing.
assuming like that Shanks clone or like twin theory is not real and it was Shanks talking to like the Gorosei,
Mhm.
then it's like why did they just let this guy like roam for like
Walk in and then like just
yeah,
walk
you know what I'm
out.
saying?
That's true.
So I'm okay with his hair color, like his hair whole thing being different, especially if he's like if we go with that like that wolf fruit theory that you had.
The
Fenrir?
Fenrir, yeah.
If we go with that, like I feel like him having blonde hair, like that
Works
type
with
of
that.
fur, that type of fur coat makes
Word.
more sense,
Oh yeah, well, cause
right?
yeah, okay. Word.
Like it'd have to be like a light white or like, you know,
Yeah.
blondish type of
makes sense.
thing,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
yeah. I don't think there's anything else with this chapter that I was really like.
A little intro to ELBAF, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean like, with like the other stuff happening, like people dying, like not the people dying, but like was it insects or like animals that were dying? I like what
It
would
was
you?
bees, right?
I forgot. I don't know. It looked like insects that were like on the ground, and like these the giants were kind of looking at them like, oh, like something killed these.
Yeah, there were bees.
It
I'm
also
pretty
wasn't
sure,
Luffy
no?
guy, so like
So-
someone else is also on ELBAF
No,
at the same time.
I thought it was Luffy guys, or
You think so?
I thought it was like remember how there's like I I thought they were bees, right? So if they're not bees, then everything I'm about to say goes out the window.
Okay.
But basically, you know how like Einstein had said a year after all the world's bees dies, like the world
and the whole Vegapunk thing just happened.
Like the world's gonna end. So then you have Vegapunk, and then you have like these bees dying. That like it's like an omen of like
that
something
makes
bad
sense.
is coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check that just to make sure if it is
bees. Yeah, like they could have just been random insects, but I thought they were bees.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were either. I thought they were beetles.
Well, I mean, just a quick question with like the ELBAF thing.
They are bees.
Oh shit, man!
Wow.
You flex on them, bro.
Yeah, bring that back in the window.
What?
He's throwing it out the window.
Wouldn't Shanks's flag be on ELBAF?
Should be.
Should be, right?
No, depends.
Should be.
Because I don't know if I think he's friends.
He's friends
with the
like,
Giants.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if it's like, oh, let me protect, because the Giants are beasts.
There's a beast. Yeah.
They don't really need it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know.
It's also very interesting that like Shanks doesn't have a giant on his crew.
Yeah.
Considering how much time he spends there.
I mean, we didn't know that we just found out recently that he was at ELBAF. We don't actually know like how often he's been there or what.
Wasn't there?
It could have. The other thing is that he might have never actually like been to ELBAF before, because considering like those two Giants were warring for like the past 50 years, and then you had like the other guys on Ennie's lobby just locked up for like however long, 30 years.
Yeah.
He might have actually never like maybe he hasn't seen them since like Roger's time. Like since he was a kid, he probably hasn't seen them.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I was just gonna say,
he was chilling and drinking with them, so like.
I mean, even like him being on island, I was just gonna say like, if there's like another conflict in terms of like somebody else is there doing some stupid shit, and like the Luffy guys are kind of have to be the ones to kind of free the island or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't
entirely. If Shanks just pulls up and like
he should have liberated.
He should have liberated.
I'm saying. Yeah. My idea was that like Kid might have drifted onto ELBAF.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, because he just got knocked out by Shanks, and then he just drifted onto shore, and now he might be going around and like doing some shit. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because we don't really know where that's going with Kid at the moment.
That's true. Yeah.
Unless he like he had, I feel like he has to like drift onto ELBAF. Because any other, like, he would, otherwise he's dead. If you're gonna bring him back into the story,
no, he could float on a piece of wood and go to a different island.
How the distance he's going? That's crazy, bro.
And we don't know how many of his members are non-Delphi users that could just like save him and move.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like he's gotta go to ELBAF, just for simplicity, like non-Aspel type of thing.
What's his purpose there in ELBAF?
Well, he could learn from them and grow.
Yeah.
And then also like another interaction with Luffy there, for like that friendship to also happen, because they're kind of done with their alliance, right?
Yeah.
And especially now that he lost his he basically lost his boys. So like, what is he supposed to do? Like maybe he just chills on ELBAF for like the rest of the story to like grow and train.
No, I think he keeps coming back.
Consistently?
Yeah, like that's Kid. Like he's gonna keep coming back and keep taking L's.
Maybe.
Like that's just his character.
Yeah, but that's like part of his training, I think.
So I don't think his crew's done. I think he's gonna come back, and we're probably not gonna see him.
I feel like
we're gonna see him like in a later arc.
Yeah, I don't think like. Okay, that's true. That could also happen. Like we don't actually see him in ELBAF at all. Yeah. So who do you think killed the bees then? You think it's literally just the Vegapunk thing?
Maybe. Or I thought it was like I had dialogue saying that it was one of them.
Did they?
Yeah, I swear.
No, because it's at the very beginning of the chapter.
Right, and if you go later on when they're talking about that rabbit they killed, they're like, "Oh yeah, that rabbit was tasty."
Yeah, but the rabbit has
that same dialogue. I swear they talk about the bees.
Okay, well,
go down.
The bees don't look like they're dead. They look like somebody beat them up.
Right, so go down.
It could just be them. How far down do you think it was? Is it when Luffy guys first pull up?
No, I think it's after.
When they're at the end of the page, when they're all sitting and like chilling. Yeah. The roast rabbit earlier was tasty enough already. Yeah.
But then there should be like also.
Yeah, they might have beat him up.
Does it say? It doesn't say.
No, it doesn't
I
say.
thought it said something about like.
Well, he just has this other huge creatures around too.
Yeah.
If they taste good, it's worth the trouble to whip them or whoop them. So then, like, I can see that they were just.
Sanji doesn't say anything. Zoro doesn't say anything.
Oh, Sanji does. Speaking of food, what about that hive and all the bees you knocked out?
Crazy, man.
Answers right there.
I didn't read there yet. I read the first top page, and then you gotta read from right to left.
No, but it's like
I was getting there. like
we all read the chapter, and you're like, dude, who killed where? Like just making up random plot points to go off of. Who killed?
Yo, you never know.
It says clearly in the chapter.
Okay, you're the one. You're the one who said the whole Vegapunk thing.
I only had
none
that.
of us had any
I only
theories.
had that because you were like, they don't mention in the chapter.
I don't remember them.
So I'm like, okay, word. Like maybe they didn't mention in the chapter.
I didn't remember them mentioning it. Yo, maybe I was hallucinating reading the chapter. Yo, One Piece is having a 4D effect, dude. It's just crazy. It's unheard of. Goated. Okay, but they did say the sun god thing.
Yeah, they did mention sun god. I just left off where we left off. Started where we left off.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot happening in the chapter. It's because it's still like the intro, and there's so many ways it can still like play out.
Yeah.
I really like the Lego vibe though. I really fuck with that.
It's like whatever.
I like it.
Kind of. It was just like there, you know.
Yeah, but I like I don't know. It reminds me of Shaman King.
Yeah.
Because there's that one dude who's like a Lego dude that they have to fight, and then he legit like when he does his whole like oversoul, like he turns into like this big like Lego dinosaur or something. I just think it's like so. I just like the way like anime when they put Lego into it, it's really cool. Like the influence is nice.
My thing was it just didn't feel like an ELBAF.
It didn't. That's right. It felt out of place for ELBAF, but it like when I think about Loki, it feels like
maybe
within that character of Loki.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I don't know.
Because like I feel like with the way Oda would address like Loki as a character would be more of like a child like kid.
Yeah.
Not like Loki like from Marvel, who's like more like you know.
It's actually just Tom Hiddleston.
But like you know like. Because that's like Loki's like he's got like evil like somewhat evil intentions. He's like mischievous, but he's like a grown man, and that's like he's got trauma and shit, and like there's like it's like a whole fleshed out.
He got
character.
baggage.
Yeah, like there's like a whole character there. Like I feel like Oda's way of taking it is like that Usopp route that I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, let's talk about some JJK.
It's not really anything to talk about.
Yeah, well, we got one chapter left.
I know,
but like, okay, how do you feel? This was like a pretty good like, you know, showing you what the cast's up to now. You know what I mean?
The fuck is Kenjaku doing alive?
You don't know if he's alive.
Who the fuck is it then?
It could be Geto. Maybe they're able to.
Then how the fuck is Geto alive?
That's one. They might have been able to find some shit. Binding vow, dog.
That solves all the problems.
I mean, it's possible that maybe somebody else is living in that body.
Who? And how?
I don't know. I feel like...
Thanks, bro. Good one.
Well, I mean, like, because why would Kenjaku still be alive?
That's what I'm saying.
Realistically, like, why would they allow him to be alive?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So I don't think it's him. And also, like, we just saw the hair, to be honest.
That's so obviously Ghetto's hair.
Yeah, sure. But it also... The outfit was not Geto.
Yeah.
The outfit was like modern clothes.
Yeah.
So like.
But he was wearing the same thing that what's his face was wearing. The comedian guy. What's his name?
Takaba.
Yeah, he was wearing the exact same clothes as him.
Okay.
They're both wearing the same outfit. They're rehearsing a comedy.
So
show.
what if for Takaba, like you know how like he doesn't know about his own powers?
Yeah.
What if he manifests Kenjaku as his like guy?
Maybe
because the way that he's like working on his comedy script, you could say that like he's found nobody else that appreciates comedy like Kenjaku did. So like maybe that's kind of like his Rika,
maybe know?
That I think that's possible.
That might explain it. Yeah. But if like Kenjaku's like actually alive, I don't know what the fuck.
That's fucking dumb. Yeah, there's no. If he's actually alive, like we better get a fucking Utah fight Kenjaku, little cleanup crew.
It was just so like I feel like their cleanup though, like for like everything that happened post Sukuna, has been kind of like I don't know if like the guy's just like chronically online, so he's seeing everything that like Reddit, Twitter.
Oh, it seems like it's just been addressing everything.
Yeah, cause like Sukuna had like Kenjaku's like plan, but I guess the plan was essentially just Tengen.
Because they say how like Sukuna's leftovers has Tengen
in it. So it's like if they just maintain that,
like nothing will ever.
Like, they still have their barrier.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, essentially, you're patching everything that happened with Kenjaku and Sukuna. Pretty fast within like. Yeah. Not showing us, but just saying
what it is. Yeah.
What it is, and like that, like essentially corrects whatever happened previously. Yeah. Not corrects, I mean, but like honest, at least leaves no question marks, I guess.
The thing is with the Sukuna thing, like even had they not said it like that, they would have just had to look for another vessel, like the 6-star plasma vessel or whatever it's called.
But
they would just have to find another
vessel. But the vessel merges with Tengen. There is no Tengen. Then what are they merging with?
Yeah, somebody would just have to give up their body. Like they just have to like though? I don't know, just like somebody to like hold it, like Sukuna to maintain the way Sukuna is doing it now, like his leftovers are doing
husk or whatever.
Yeah, like they would just need somebody like actual physically to do it. So it's just a matter of like who out of the cast would actually be able to give their shit up like that and do it.
Yuji,
sure. But like I mean both ways it's still kind of like,
yeah. And then like the other thing with like Higgy, like he's now like a sorcerer.
Yeah.
He gets out. He gets out.
For sure, shouldn't have survived, man. I don't care what you say. Yeah. That's actually crazy.
We see like the sumo guy and the samurai.
I actually really
guy.
like that. I like that whole interaction with Maki, man. That shit was nice.
Yeah, but that's because you're a Maki rider.
Okay. It's still sad. I feel like no, because like to me, like that moment was like. They're going back through like the characters that they met through games.
But
it's kind of like they're tying like this is the end of the whole series, so they're kind of going back and tying in together like all these characters that
they introduced.
This journey that we were on, right? Yeah. So like I feel like it was just such a I'm a Maki fan, but like that Sumo and Maki, like their connection that they had from like when they first met, and like she had her growth and everything. It kind of just comes back and they're like, yo, like repay your debt type of thing, like you better be there when they try to kill me.
But like exactly. So like the way that they utilized it though was to let us know what's gonna happen to all the curse users that are back from like the incarnation or whatever.
I don't think that's a response to like online though. I think that's the way it should have been though. Because otherwise you would have been sitting there like, what's happening with the rest of Culling games?
Well, I mean, you could have had Kenjaku alive and actually deal with this plan, but like, who the fuck am I?
I mean, I guess. We don't want that.
But that's what I'm saying is like those like the curse user stuff, like all the incarnated people. Yeah. Like you could have just had Kenjaku actually deal with his plan. Then you don't have to worry about them anymore because like.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think
it's like okay, well Kenjaku's plan got cut off short, so now we have to cover what the fuck is gonna happen to like all these people that we introduced.
I think it's right. Okay, like there's 2 points. Like you're right on that. Like that's for sure what they could have done. But like, I think it's fair that we allow like some of these sorcerers to like live that weren't actually like evil, like to actually like, just do their thing. Like.
But they already lived. This is their second life.
No, I know, but it's like
and half of them are reincarnated into a different body anyway.
It's because I feel like there's so much for like sorcerers to learn from the sorcerer from the past that like it would be like I'm thinking more for like the future of JJK if there's like they want to do spin-offs and shit like that. That's what it feels like this is coming from. Cause think about like in a couple of years,
JJK2 comes out.
No, not even JJK2. They just do like a spin-off random movie. Just cause, and they're just like, the sorcerer actually like made it out from the Culling games. That's their intro into this guy. Yeah, and now they have to fight this guy. Like, and this would be like 10 years later. So you have like maybe like Yuji's married to like Nobara or something, and Megami's fucking like you know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those. You know what I'm saying?
But like I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like. With these people, like they're reincarnated into other people's bodies anyways. Yeah,
like just so finish them off.
Finish them off. No, so you can release the people that are already
like that got taken. Yeah, but they were corpses, right?
Corpses, but like they could have been like a Megumi sister situation as well.
Okay. I'm assuming they're corpses just because I think I feel like Kenjaku just had it like pre-planned. So I feel like he would have already had them
also marked
set up.
Megumi's sister. That's the reason she was taken over.
Yeah.
So like, it could go either way. It doesn't have to be a corpse. It could be just the actual like person.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's like, what about those people? Like,
yeah, but Megami had another sister because they're at like the gravestone for
that's
her.
Shoko.
Huh?
That's Shoko. No.
Oh, was that? I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I just looked. I was just like, who the hell is this?
No, because then you see her quit smoking at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she throws away her pack of smokes.
Oh, what the fuck? I swear the dialogue. Yo, hold on. I swear the dialogue was
I
like.
think you're cracked out, bro. Because she even mentions like, I wish like Gojo would actually let me take care of Geto's body.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at this. Yeah, because her hair's in a bun.
Yeah, she's dressed different. She's
She's
not in her like white coat.
Oh, yo, I'm fucking tripping.
Yeah, you're cracked, bro.
Yo, you know, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say.
Jug's out here reading JJK too.
I'm down. No, I fucking. I
How cheesed would you be if at the end of next chapter they tease
another
a
one?
part 2?
Yeah, that'd be pretty whack. That's like, it's kind of like going into that Naruto Boruto situation.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
cheesed would you be?
I feel like I wouldn't be as cheesed as I was hearing about Naruto and Boruto, because
Yeah.
I feel like the journeys are like totally different. Where like Yuji's not that strong of a main character. Where
Well, I feel like he's special grade now.
no, what I mean is like in terms of like the viewers' eyes, like us, like how many people have like their favorite characters are Sukuna, Gojo, Hikari, like just like anyone else.
Deny that
but
this man was 1v1ing Sukuna.
I'm not saying like his strength in like his feats and shit. I'm talking about his strength as like a protagonist, like as a main character.
Sure.
So like, I feel like JJK is the type of story that like if they did a JJK 2, they literally it doesn't.
They'd have to like invest all in on like the main cast, like as in Yuji, Megumi, Nobara.
I'm saying they could literally go the whole other way and just not even have these guys be a part of it.
They
can set this 100 years later.
Oh, word.
They can set it like wherever they want and then have it like.
But I feel like people are gonna then just like.
It's like a Shaman King situation.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be okay with that, but I feel like other people wouldn't be.
Yeah, like, because it's in the same way with Shaman King, like. The original story is so strong with like the cast and like the stakes and like everything that's happening.
Yeah.
How do you even try to replicate that with like a spinoff?
Well, you don't
right?
like with like part 2. I guess you wouldn't want to replicate it. You would just like essentially continue the story.
Yeah, but like I mean, like
because like
you'd have to replicate the stakes
because
in the way that like
6 months in.
Yeah.
Same with Nobara.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
their
journey within like their sorcery is still like so early. Like they just started at an unfortunate time in their timeline where they had to fight fucking Sukuna.
What I mean is like how is the story still compelling for readers?
Oh yeah, that's
the point I'm making. Is like how do you find a threat that's crazier than Kenjaku and Sukuna? You like realistically, right? Unless you somehow bring back like one of the original clan sorcerers and like their fucking like some Heian era shit.
What if it was
that's
some,
the only way I see this is like tapping into Heian era. Like
yeah, I mean, what if it is like the reincarnates that they have to like fight? Like, what if the reincarnates are actually just that OP?
Yeah.
Or one of the reincarnates was a clan member.
If you have all the clan members come back, and there's like 5 of them, and you have to deal with like all of them.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. But it'd definitely be like a much shorter story.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like. Definitely, for sure, they wouldn't be like Sukuna level threats.
Yeah,
because like for one, Sukuna.
Like the fan service is there, for sure.
Yeah. It's just that like with Sukuna, like he was like obviously he was Yuji's like final villain. Because like based off of what happened throughout the series, it makes sense for Yuji to fight him. But like realistically, like everybody was relying on Gojo, even like viewers, right?
Facts.
So it's like this time you can actually run a story where people are actually gonna be like, let's rely on Yuji because like this motherfucker actually beat Sukuna.
Yeah, I also think like if you bring back like 5 like family heads, you have like Megami pop off because we haven't seen him pop off. We've only seen what
he's been AFK for so
we've
long.
only seen what we've seen like we can assume Sukuna took his body to the peak of like what he could with like the shadow techniques and stuff. But like I feel like Megami has his own answer to the way he looks at things.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'd be really cool to see him maybe even develop like a new shadow technique to really show like why he's the
that
new
guy.
head
Yeah.
and like that guy.
Yeah.
And same with like Nobara. Like we haven't seen a domain from her or anything. Like I feel like it'd be really
She's also been AFK.
yeah. So like I feel like it'd be really cool if we did get like a movie like
That is
however many
actually
like,
so
years
insane.
later.
2 of the 3 main characters have
Yeah.
been AFK for half the story.
Yeah.
Well, Megumi not like half, but like
Yeah.
for like maybe like a
quarter.
like a quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I guess.
And then one of the main characters was AFK for a whole like
actually the whole like
half that fight.
Yeah.
With Sukuna and Gojo.
Yeah, that's true.
That is actually insane.
That's like the point I'm making is that like JJK doesn't necessarily revolve around like a specific character.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the events that happen and like the characters that rise up to that occasion.
But I think because of where they left off, it's like perfect to still run with the main cast and like actually like focus on them and like not have them disappear for more than half the story.
I'd be cool if they didn't do a spinoff.
I feel like
just like it's already like we've already had the issues we've had.
I feel like you just
leave it where it's at. You have one chapter, just like finish it off nicely. Like
if you want to do something new, just do your own like new manga.
Well, like that. Also, that's the other thing is like I want to see what Geiji cooks up like as like a whole different manga.
Yeah.
Like I don't want him to come back or her to come into like JJK land again and just only be known for like JJK. Like it's also gonna be tough to like branch away from that, but like I feel like it's like like what can you really like go into? Because it's like the author of Death Note when he came out with that other one animated recently.
It was horrible.
Yeah, but it's like you had like the complete opposite of like what he did with Death Note and like what he did with that, where like you can kind of see like what he was like branching out into and trying, and like it was still kind of like cool to watch, because there were like obviously it wasn't Death Note, right? And I feel and maybe there is that issue of like people are gonna hold it up to that standard of like with JJK or with like Attack on Titan, like they're gonna hold these authors up to that standard of like your next thing better be that good.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna be on like hiatus for like who knows how long.
I mean, there's so much pressure in that case.
Yeah.
If you just like continue to do the same thing, then there's not pressure. Like so the expectations are a little lower. You just continue to do what you do.
So I think like if I think it goes into like the matter of like, do they love the craft of like just creating manga, or are they like they just only care about the one thing that they're known for? Or like and the pressure getting to them, like all that stuff. Because like with Geiji, like because we've never seen Geiji's face, Geiji can always remark it as a different author.
Yeah, that's true.
If ever needed, and the pressure's gone. Whereas Isayama can't do that for Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And for him, it seems like the pressure was really there for Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's actually gonna like do anything outside of Attack on Titan.
Probably not.
Like I hope he does.
And if he does, it's gonna get ridiculed like crazy.
Yeah, but like I feel like the more like out of like the comfortable like zone that they go, like instead of doing like this like action shonen like thriller mystery type of like Attack on Titan type of thing, if he just goes in a completely different direction, then it's like you can't really hold it to the same standards, because now like he's probably maybe like the whole writing changes, like it's not even like the same way.
That's true.
And obviously like we're gonna assume these guys are progressing.
His art's just like so like noticeable, I feel like.
That's true. That's possible. But there's so many people have like a very like similar art style. Like manga, not really, but there's people that like can like replicate it. Like with Toyotaro and Toriyama.
Yeah.
Like Toyotaro, like you can tell it's Toyotaro's. Like it is different, but like he does a really good job of like replicating it.
Yeah, I mean it's just like his like, it's for him it's more the like the anatomy.
Yeah.
He gets it more like detailed.
Yeah. The muscles are more thinner and stuff. Like they're more contained. Like his proportions are different.
Yeah. Yeah. And like that's how you can tell that it's him.
Yeah.
I
think he could though. Like I think maybe he's just used to like drawing it like more proportional.
Yeah.
That like I think like it just takes a lot of time for him to. He'd have to go back and then like fix up the muscles and like whatever. But also like I don't know, like I mean the whole Toyotaro discussion kind of like goes into like reaching godhood, and like you don't really need Goku guys with like big muscles. Like having it toned, it like works with like God and like MUI and like whatever.
But then like I don't know, with like the anime, you get like a different artist, and like they're like doing it like more muscular or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And what was the one fucking artist? For Super, man was insane.
Like animator?
Yeah, I think you know. Shintani's insane. Then there was the other one. I think it was Takahashi.
Yeah.
That guy was insane. That guy was doing like legit like Boo Saga shit.
Yeah, facts. They're replicating it pretty fucking well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I mean, as far as the JJK discussion goes, like, I wouldn't be as hurt just because like.
What's your expectations for this last chapter?
Nothing. I'm not even like I've lost all like
That's
like,
me though. I've lost all.
Not even like that. It's more like we're at the end. What they did this chapter, we're like showing what everyone's doing. Yeah. Realistically, with the last chapter, he can do whatever he wants, but
it looks like they're going on a mission.
It looks like they're going on a mission, so it's like they can just have like a nice little feel good vibe. Like it's kind of like I think it's like a throwback to like when they first became like a group in season 1. Because I think that's how you end a series. Like, just have them go on, like, one little mission.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just show how beasts they are now. But, like, there's 3 of them. Like, what type of monster are they going to be up against that, like, the 3 of them can't, handle?
Well, if it's a curse user, they could be something. Especially if they're, like, smart.
I think either way, like, they got them. Like, you got Megami.
Yeah.
You got the brains. Like, Nobra's fucking curse technique's pretty busted. And then Yuji can black flash everything. Doesn't even matter. You can just black flash it. So like I don't know, I just like maybe if Megami doesn't have any shadows, like how with like everything that Sukuna went burned through.
Yeah. So
if like Megami's like locked out of his technique, he'd basically just like be a crutch for them. So there's the possibility of that. But like,
well, he could just be like the mines, you know, like how like in Naruto, what's the character called? Shikamaru.
Yeah.
Or, like he was just the smarts, like he would like figure everything out.
Yeah. So they can do something like that.
And play support.
Do you
Megumi
think
still has his domain though?
Do you think the final chapter is longer than 20 pages?
I think it has to be.
Cause like if it's gonna be like a mission like this, like I feel like there's ability for him to like make it concise and just finish it within 20 chapters. But I feel like they wouldn't be able to like really like get into it, flesh it out, and like
also like the ending of it, like they like actually say goodbye to like the series.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you do that within 20 pages. Yeah. Especially with it set up as like a mission.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like it has to be more than 20 pages so you can get the mission done, but then also like kind of have your exit from the series and like it be proper.
Yeah, 30 pages would be nice.
More,
I think like 50. a double. I think a double. Yeah, a 40-50 would be nice, but like I think 30 is like I'm saying like the minimum of it. Like, you know, wrapping it up, because I guess it depends where the focus is, because like if the focus is on like them as friends, like it's like a throwback to like season 1, that's fine, because then it's like they don't really need to try as hard to fight this curse spirit. It's gonna be a quick little thing, but they're just gonna like relive those vibes, and then it'll just like end off with like, oh, like what are we doing now, type of thing. Like I'm gonna go see my mom, I'm gonna go unbury my dad or like
what the fuck? Like, he's a grave robber? What is going on?
I don't know, man.
Who? Which one?
Just to see Toji one more time. And then Yuji will maybe Yuji finally tells us like what Gojo had said to him before he.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You know,
or like what's happened to his dad.
Yeah, or we'll probably get like side by side panels of like them walking with like Gojo versus them now, like kind of like flashbacks, like, you know, going back like parallels.
Gojo's just always in the story, no matter what.
You have to. The fans like loved him so much, so it's like it's tough. Like the story's been high key been tough without him. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just like based off of like the framing.
Yeah.
Had the framing been like a little bit more on the main character, then like Gojo just becomes a Benimaru, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like he's like he doesn't overpower the whole story.
Well, I mean, with Benimaru, you could have also played him in Fire Force in the sense where like he actually did help in the final arc, where like he did help fight, but then like how like Gojo eventually lost to Sukuna?
Yeah.
Essentially same thing. It's just that the way that you frame it throughout the story is like he's more of a Benimaru than like.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then that way the framing's more on the other people.
Yeah, but that changes the whole story of like everyone was kind of at like a standstill until Gojo got sealed. Like it's like the whole premise of the story kind of changes in a way. So it's like
well, I mean, he could have still been Beast. Like he still could have been Gojo. Like you had to seal him to like move the story forward, then unseal him to move it forward again.
Yeah,
but I don't know, the framing, you could have just done it more like people are more reliant on like the main cast than like Gojo.
Yeah, like
But
have
he was part of the main
them
cast,
like
I guess.
be more like prodigies and like taper up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Cause like I mean like I feel like ever since Sukuna hopped into Megami's body, it's been like, oh shit.
The Gojo, where's Gojo?
Like,
Gojo.
but also
Gojo.
yeah, and also like that whole thing of like how easily he went into Megami's body, like just that transition
Yeah, it was quick.
was kind of
right?
insane.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the shock value to it. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's true. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we're done with JJK. I don't. Do you have anything to like talk about outside of JJK? Outside of
Transformers.
yeah,
Fucking Transformers.
Josh is gonna be so sad.
Huh?
Wait, we didn't even mention Josh. He had to leave.
Well, I mean, we're gonna do our movie end review, but like I just feel like I want to talk about Transformers before we end this off. But dude, I'm sitting there. I'm just gonna tell you about my experience. I feel
All
like.
right.
But like I'm sitting there watching Transformers. First of all, fuck IGN.
Why? Oh yeah, they rated the shit.
They rated it as mediocre, as mid. Like
but they did the same with the
5.0.
Penguin.
Did they?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
I think it had a 5 out of 10 or something.
Yo, I'm reading through. Like I literally like went and searched up the IGN like blog. I'm like reading through it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this even like? I'm like, give me the points of like why you think it's bad.
Bad, yeah.
They're like, I was like, what the hell is this? And like, I feel like the best way to put the movie was like, if you're a kid, it's like, remember I was telling you how like they're trying to MCU it when we watched like the trailer,
Yeah.
and then like it was catered for like kids to get into Transformers. 100% like kids would love the movie because of that. But like, I'm more like astonished by like how much actual Transformers like lore and stuff that they put into the movie. Like, we've never like really gotten that like it's just that level of depth in like a movie, in a kids movie. Like I think the movie's like what, like an hour 40 or something. So like for them to like be able to like pack so many like little things like that into the movie and like also make a story that's actually good, because like when I said like MCU fight, I was like, who knows whether if the story's gonna be good, because it might just be over reliant on jokes. But it's like you have like this adventure, you have Optimus and Megatron, you have them best friends, but you also see like their growth, and you're seeing how Megatron and Optimus are drifting apart, and you're seeing it like Optimus is realizing it like in like real time that he's like my boy's changing, and you're seeing it through his eyes, like what's happening to him, right? So like, and I think like that, like having that realization with him, it's like you're sitting there part of Optimus's journey, like you're really like you feel like you're with that character the whole way through, and like you went on this whole fucking arc. Like, dude, this feels like it could have been like a trilogy the way I felt. But, like, bro, I felt so attached to Optimus. Like, this shit was crazy, bro. Like, I was actually like, and this is like a kid's movie, and like the jokes are all like very like, they're actually like, they're hilarious, they're genuine, they're like different, they're not like cheap jokes.
Yeah. So
I thought that was like really cool, and like, cause you had like Michael Keegan, the guy from Key and Peele, play Bumblebee. Yeah. Fucking hilarious. And then like with Chris Hemsworth as Optimus, no accent. Like he's literally just like, he held that shit down. Nice. And then you had like cause this is before he becomes Optimus, so like when he becomes Optimus, like you kind of have that like actual like real like Optimus voice that like everyone's used to like come in.
Chris
like,
Hemsworth did it?
I don't know if it was, that's the thing, like I don't know if they had somebody else voice it or if that was Chris Hemsworth like voicing that. That's something to like look into, but like if that's him doing it, hey, fucking insane.
Chris Hemsworth might be a part of 2 of the best movies this year.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying.
Transformers.
Like he had like so far he's had like 2 like really solid portrayals this year. Yeah. So I think like I just feel like Thor as like a franchise for him, like movie, like was holding him back. That's what I feel like he had to do those movies to like have that fun and like.
I feel like he still showed like range as a character though, because especially when you consider how like 1 and 2 are so different from 3, like it shows a range of like what he's able to do. I feel like. But
I think like even like the like his cameos and stuff since they've done 1, 2, and 3 have all been kind of like stale. Like that's kind of like where I'm like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where like it was time for him to like let go of Thor,
and
he's
like coming back, so
like move on, like, and like I'm happy to see him in like other roles, man. Like,
he's gonna be back as Thor, so
yeah. But it's like I feel like if it's on like the back burner, that's fine. Like do like the movie here and there just to like keep up the appearance and stuff. But like,
yeah. Well, I mean, is it in your top 5?
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. This shit was fucking. I already pre-ordered the steelbook.
Jesus, you just came home.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, watch the movie Thursday night, Friday night. I'm like, I'm buying this. Cause like I saw the art released for the steelbook, and I was like, oh, this shit looks great.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about the movie, and I'm like, yo, like I had a great time through and through. Like, it made you feel so many things. Like, there was an emotional moment at one point. I swear I was about to shed a tear.
Jeez, Louise,
I swear to God, man. Like, and then choreography, like, it's like a sick. Like,
but they can do so much because it's an animated movie.
I think the type of stuff that they did with the choreography, they could have also done in the live action, because it's like when you're having like Transformers fight Transformers and it's all CGI and stuff, like you're kind of free to do what you want in the fight in a way, like depending on like the environment and whatnot. But like this one particular sequence, you have Optimus hold on to a Transformer, like, you know, like hug him, basically be like transform, and him transforming into the truck rips the Transformer in half.
Jeez,
I've never seen that in any Transformers ever, bro. Like, nobody's ever, like, just the way like this Transformers integrated the actual transforming aspect into the fights, because like you would have like
how are they cars?
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Like, but like you had like Optimus like transform into his truck to escape a blast, and then like just like even like a mid-range thing, like you're about to like punch me, quickly transform into a car, so I'm out of like that range of like you hitting my head, and then transform back. And like it's like they're actually using like their mechanics, like, you know what I mean? like yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just genuinely awesome.
Yeah, that's good. I'll watch
I'm
it.
so hyped for if they can do like a trilogy. Like, I know they're already working on the script for the second one, but like they do like the War for Cybertron as the next one.
Yeah,
where they have like Megatron and Optimus like actually like go, and then they can do like the fall of Cybertron for the third one, because you could have like Optimus guys lose in the second or third one, and then at that point they can choose to continue it and go to Earth. But like I'm cool with them just not having that human element. Yeah. And I think like a lot of people actually were having issue. They were before the movie came out, they were actually talking shit about the movie, because they're like, yo, not having that human element kind of fucks with Transformers. Like, it's not the same. Like, nobody's gonna care about it. And I'm like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Like, give me more. I always want more Transformers. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I think like Hasbro's these guys came out and said that like they're gonna try focusing more on like Transformer-centric movies. Yeah. So like I'm all for that. Like, you give me a trilogy of this, yeah, dude, that's like a classic. Like, I'd watch that shit like yearly, like the full trilogy.
Yeah, I get that. Let's talk about the Penguin. That Penguin episode 1 came out.
Yeah, I liked it. That shit was great.
It was great. I feel like there's like a couple like I told you about my gripes. Yeah. And I feel like that's just like because it's limited as a TV show that they can't. Yeah.
There's things that they can do, and there's things that they can't.
Well, because they shoot the TV show, they shoot it within like whatever 1 year, and they're only gonna book like one like city or whatever, maybe 2 cities as like their locations to film. Versus like in the Batman, Matt Reeves booked like 4 or 5 cities.
Okay. For like the different shots.
The different shots, and then like culminated it all together into making Gotham. Versus like in the Penguin, you can tell that it's CGI.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not that it takes away from it.
I think they also had like
they still were able to keep the vibe of Gotham.
I think like with the cinematography, they were able to kind of they kind of blurred like the back a little bit, and they had it kind of like the lens focus on like Penguin a lot. Yeah. So that like it kind of emulated the Batman type of vibe. Yeah. It's because it wasn't like obviously like to that level with the cinematography, but it was like it felt like this.
You could tell
like
that they were trying to emulate the movie.
Yeah.
But like I will say that like even with that gripe of like, you know, it's like very obviously CGI versus like in the movie you could tell that like they use like the fucking screen thing. I forgot what it's called.
The blue screen.
The fucking LED screen thing.
Yeah, it's the blue one that they used. The same one that Thor 4 used.
Yeah,
right?
Thor 4. Yeah.
It's that blue screen.
Yeah. So like it's like minuscule gripes. Like the other one was the cinematography.
Yeah.
Because like it's not that it was bad. It's just that like yo, when you have something like so good, you know what I mean? Like it's the comparison.
I
like,
think because of the TV show, you have to like lower the expectation there.
I guess, yeah.
And also like not having not like you don't have that same budget.
Yeah.
Right, and you don't have that same.
But that's what I was saying. Like the limitation
of
the
same
TV show versus like
yeah,
movie,
you don't
right?
have the same time like workaround to like get the finished product out, and like I feel like the reason why they only did the one episode is because like nowadays like every
I like it. I like that.
I like it too, but I think it's because they want to work on that VFX stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
But I like the once a weeks. I don't like this like whole like drop them all.
No, that's true. But I'm saying like stuff recently like Game of Thrones, Rings of Power. I think like Black Mirror, like just a lot of like hype TV shows now. They drop their first 3 episodes right away to get people like hooked. And then they do like the ones a week, right?
But like
so, like Penguin, the fact that they only did the one a week from the beginning, it's already kind of like back to like OG like.
But like
way
the way that
it.
like the episode went, it kind of just hooks you.
It only needed the one.
It only needed the one because
the one.
like the from the start of the episode where we see like it like immediately take place like after the Batman.
Yeah.
And then like how like. Instead of planned, more reactionary, he kills the guy.
Yeah.
And then you see him like then like stumble his way through the episode to figure out how to like keep himself afloat. And like he's going up against like Sophia now, who like who's like stupid, like not stupid in the means of like she was in Arkham, so she's insane. But then like her intuition is so like sharpened
because
that she's able to tell through his bullshit, but she has to question herself because she was in Arkham and
she's also batshit insane, so she's like okay
so and like this is like the perfect like chess player for the Penguin who's like stumbling his way through it, and like her who's just like stupid, like insane, and like
he might be able to get away with things, he might not, like I think the Penguin's like a very strong character to watch. Like it's like just the way that he because he's so human. Like you had,
but you can still tell.
Like you had those moments of like him eating that burger and just kind of like just sitting there and just vibing, or like you said, like he's reacting like he got dissed and he like shot this guy. Like, and then he goes home and he's like, "Hey mom," like he's still living with his mom or something. Maybe not living with her, but he's like still checking up on his mom, and then he's like. Even though he's like part of this like underworld like shit,
he was like trying to like get her out of the city because like he just killed,
he still cares for her, and like when like I feel like it's like it's so easy for you to like sit and watch this and just watch his journey and where he's.
But at the same time, it's still like you still know that he's the Penguin. He's still like this like super villain that like Batman's supposed to like be like, going up against. So like it's kind of nice because you'll see throughout this whole season. How the Penguin becomes the Penguin. So then when like Batman 2 takes place or like whatever, the next time they come face to face, it's like perfect because now it's actually like
his empire,
a fully realized Batman with like a fully realized Penguin with his empire.
Odds that Penguin's mom dies this season?
Pretty high, probably.
And then people were saying like that black kid Victor.
He have to. I think he has to.
Like odds that he dies too, just because like their relationship is just so like nice.
He has to die.
That like they might just kill him.
Unless
they want to like book the dude for like a minor role in part 2 or something. Like maybe if that's what
I don't see him. I don't want. I
don't see it either. But
I don't see it going that way. But, like I feel like this is like if he dies, I feel like it kind of gives Penguin more of a motive to be evil and a villain, because his motives like with like the how he was telling like the heir to the Falcone throne, like the story about like this like gangster that he'd like see walking through his neighborhood, he'd be like checking in on everybody. That's not really the Penguin. Penguin's just like the Penguin's a penguin, right? Like he's still evil. So like I feel like this, like if the kid dies, his mom dies, that's like the perfect trigger for him to like
lose that shred of like
humanity, I guess,
that he has. Like his moral code.
The moral code, because the kid's the way that he was talking about the gangster is like, okay, well, like everybody else is all good, like all the innocent people, Penguin's never gonna fuck with them. So then like he's only like really worried about the gang and the mob warfare, which like in that case like
he's so schemy with
he's
the
so
Maroni
schemy,
stuff.
But like he has like that moral code and compass where like
not to fuck with the innocents.
And like I feel like he kind of has to lose that a little bit.
Okay. That's fair. I think so too, because I feel like he was kind of babying Victor a little bit. Especially like letting him into his home. Like that's kind of like unheard of. For you to just because like you just met this.
But like I
kid,
feel like that also goes
know?
into his stupidity.
Yeah, it does.
Because like he's just like stumbling his way through, like
100%.
figuring shit out.
That scene where he's just like sitting naked on the fucking chair and like the fat suit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
It's actually crazy to think that that's Colin Farrell under that fucking shit.
Dude.
But like that goes so properly with watching it, because then it's like you're watching an actual performance versus like an like I don't know, like a visible face that like is like recognizable.
Oh
to
yeah.
If that makes sense.
I see what you're saying. Like
It's more immersive. That's the word.
It feels more like I'm not a big Colin Farrell like guy. Like I don't know everything he's been in. Like I just know he's been in like Total Recall.
Yeah.
But like if he's like a more prolific like actor, it helps against that where like you have people typecast as a certain way.
Yeah.
So then you won't see them that way if you like
now
with
if
all this stuff.
like Robert Downey Jr. gets cast as something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the Penguin is great. I think like with my expectations for the Penguin, like it definitely like went above. Like that first episode, they had like somewhat of that like Batman score and like playing through.
It was
which
Michael
nice.
Giacchino's son who did the fucking score. That's so insane.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like that's the way to
keep it in the family, right?
Yeah. Like who else is gonna who else is gonna know the score better? I feel like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is like one of the best.
You know what I think is great though? It's a fucking limited series.
Yeah.
There's no season 2.
It needs to, and I told you that. Like it needs to.
I hate
limited.
how all these like comic book movies or even like Star Wars, they all like there needs to be a season 2.
Yo, yeah,
like
Loki should have all. I'm not gonna lie, all these MCU things should never have a season 2.
It should all be limited.
It should all have like one season to like bridge that gap if for the people that need it and to really like flesh out like characters if you love that character.
Exactly.
And then just move on.
Just call it.
And then you can make another series later if there needs to be.
Yeah.
Like don't go back and make a season 2 and now you have to follow this whole thing.
Yeah. They should all be limited series.
Cuz I remember like I was telling you, like that's the one thing I don't want is like the Batman Part 2. I want Reeves to like give us a little bit of a intro into the state of Gotham now, so that like we can see what it looks like now that Penguin's the Emperor, like the dude, the fucking guy. And it doesn't have to be that big of a thing. Like it could literally just be like a newspaper thing. Like Batman comes back because he's missing for 2 weeks. He comes back and he's like, "What the fuck, Penguin's running?" Like Alfred just tells him like, "Yeah, Penguin's running things now." Like that's it. Or like Jim Gordon says it. Like anyone can. It's like one throwaway line, 2 lines, and like you get the gist of like what Gotham looks like now.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You don't need to like, but at least like just like make sure like people understand that you're in that beginning intro. You covered all of Penguin. Without really getting into like the nitty gritty of like, oh, Penguin's mom died, so like you don't have to like like you can mention Maroni and Falcone because like if their families are gone, they're gone. Like mention that.
Yeah.
But and then that's it, and then you can have like Part 2 like fully play out. Then you have was it like the Gotham PD TV series or
he wants to do like I think he's still working on the Arkham.
The Arkham series that they're gonna come out with.
Yeah.
You have that between Part 2 and Part 3. Eventually leads to like a breakout of Arkham dudes for Part 3.
Yeah.
Right? Or that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then like you don't really necessarily have to. And then when Part 3 starts, you can be like, you know, what will happen at the end of Part 2 or something, like all these inmates escaped.
Yeah.
Like it's really that simple.
I don't like the whole like you know how like with Andor. Like for Star Wars, I was like, yo, Andor should be a limited series. It should be a one season that bridges the gap of like who Andor was before he essentially dies in Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Now I think season 2 is gonna do that gap, like bridge the gap. But like it was like I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. Still a great TV show, but I don't think it needed a season 2.
I don't think so either. I think it was like it ended off pretty proper. Like and my issue for Star Wars more often than like with like DC is that like I'm always scared that there's gonna be like a drop in quality from season to season, considering like Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So like
yeah, exactly.
And because of how toxic the fan base is, it just like, dude, Andor was good, man. Just leave it. Like, just don't touch it.
Mando's like the one series that I can understand going multiple because like, well, they intertwined it, so like they fucked themselves.
Yeah.
Like that was on them because they decided to bring Luke back for like Grogu and whatnot. So they intertwined it. That was on them. But they just kept it like this like separate like story that was taking place outside of the Star Wars. Like the main Star Wars, universe. Like Skywalker saga stuff. would be perfect.
Yeah, because you could have had them like they had freedom because it takes place between 6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
So you had like a freedom of like I don't know how many years. Like it's like maybe like is that like a 50-year gap or something? Because Leia's like old as fuck. Old, she's in her 80s by the end of it.
Yeah,
so
I guess
probably like a 60-year gap in between that.
Yeah.
But like they had free range to do like
whatever the fuck they want.
Kind of like go into like the heart of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that like 4, 5, and 6 was doing.
Yeah.
But then also tap into some 7, 8, 9 stuff at the same time. And like they can do whatever they want because it's like it's a 50, 60-year gap of like whatever.
Yeah. And then like with like Marvel and stuff, like you know how like Agatha
all along or something.
All along, like those type of things.
That was not needed. Dude, who the fuck cares about this character?
I get it. I get that it's not needed, but like those type of series, you just do one season and call it a day. Just like for whoever wants to like learn about like the witch stuff and like Agatha, you just have it there for those people that like it's disconnected is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to watch this show to like know what's happening in the main timeline.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like for like those smaller characters, like I don't know, I guess Moon Knight is an example. You just have like a one season thing, introduce the character, then you have them do their cameos.
Yeah.
And then maybe do another like a movie.
That's true. Yeah.
And then like kind of like that's it.
Yeah, I think like I kind of like the way the DCU is doing their like they're separating a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think Marvel's doing it now too, where like they're having their own like animated run that's gonna stay animated and stay separate.
Yeah.
So I like that they're not like converging like the animated stuff with like the live action.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of things that you can get away with in animated that you can't in live action, and like trying to put it together is like that's like such a big mess for them to like work around and like make it fit.
Yeah.
So
James Gunn out here doing animated with his DCU.
Yeah, that's with like the Creature Commandos. And like so it's like
I kind of fuck with it though.
It works if it's like Creature Commandos is such a random one-off type of thing that like it doesn't really matter. Whereas like you have the X-Men 97 show and then like trying to integrate like the storylines of what's happening in X-Men with like their reboot of X-Men live action, like it's like you have like way bigger characters and it's gonna make it way harder to like keep track of these like characters, like their arcs essentially, right? Because a lot of people like might only watch the live action and they may not watch both animated and that. But like Creature Commandos, it's like you don't really care about the Creature Commandos like as far as like right now. When you and then like the people that want to watch it will watch it. A lot of people probably won't, but then like if they come up later in like part 2 of his like phase or something, it won't really have mattered. Like
unless like people like become attached to those characters or whatever. Maybe they're like that likable or whatever. Then it's like okay, then the Creature Commandos is there for people who want to go watch it. Yeah,
I can see people also like seeing their like live action debut and then going back.
Watching that after
they see that.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's something else I want to talk about. There was for the Green Lantern series, I need Ewan McGregor to like be Hal.
Why you?
Dude, it just works, man. Like he's
got that mentor vibe.
He has that mentor vibe down already from like all the Star Wars movies, but like I feel like just like the way his face is, like I'm like with like the jaw structure and like the hair and everything, like it just works with him. And they're going with like this older like mentor like vibe for him and Jon Stewart too.
Yeah.
So like, and it's like it gives him like a chance to be in something else besides
Star
like just
Wars.
being Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously like being Obi-Wan is sick, and like he did come out
like
saying like
franchise wise, you mean?
Yeah, like just doing something different, and then like I know he wants to do like he wishes to do more like Obi-Wan stuff with Hayden.
Oh, they should do it.
And like I hope like the fact that they're both kind of like they're both down to just
they should
be another thing. Like
they should do a fucking live action Clone Wars.
That'd be sick.
That'd be
the only issue is like I guess like the de-aging they'd have to do kind of, but like
fuck it.
Like the thing with the Ewan is like it's because he's Obi-Wan's older anyways, it doesn't really matter. But
I don't care. Just make him look
like you gotta put in some work there.
Just make him look old. I don't care. Just do the live action. I mean, they made Hayden Christensen look pretty young in the Ahsoka flashback thing.
Yeah, but you could tell that they were doing it too, though.
Yeah,
like it was very like it was noticeable. Like they did it. It like works. Like, you like I'll take it. That's what it was. At the end of the day, you're like I'll take it.
If I get those two actors back, I'll take it.
Yeah, facts. I'd take it too. Like that's also like that's real. At the end of the day, like you'll take it just because like you'll munch on that.
Exactly.
Like,
you get to see Anakin Skywalker as like Hayden Christensen again. fuck, we're eating. Like the fact that they gave us like that tidbit in Ahsoka where like whatever he is now.
Yeah. Like that World of Worlds or something.
Whatever that maybe is. He's like the Force now.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was insane. The fact that we got that. The fact that we got to see him like fully transition into fucking Darth Vader between like right in front of us. Yeah. Like we saw his Sith eyes pop up. Yeah. Like the first time we get to see like Darth Vader is like Darth Vader without like the whole suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That was
it's sick.
The fact that we're getting stuff like that is insane.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like right now I'm the most hopeful for like DCU.
Yeah.
And then it's like
I think Marvel's coming.
I think MCU's back on the come up now. Yeah. I think for me they need one more movie of like just like just maybe not a movie, like a solid project to get me like in their good graces again. Because like Deadpool and Wolverine, like so far, whatever they've done, like from the story aspect, they've been fumbling still. And that's like the one thing that's been kind of getting me is that it's just the story aspect that they've kind of like, I don't know what happened. They just don't care about anymore. But like they're big on like the fan service and like big visual action packy type of shit, whatever. But like I just don't like that the story's crumbling around it.
Yeah.
So
like,
I mean,
I wouldn't say the Deadpool and Wolverine story was that horrible. Like I feel like it still had slightly, heart.
Yeah.
Like
that's facts.
Like the fact that like Deadpool was like going through whatever he was going through, and then like Wolverine was going through what he was going through, like there's still heart there. There's no emotion, and like,
I think as far as like a story. Deadpool movie goes, like that's like it's a good story for a Deadpool movie.
Exactly, yeah.
But like I just feel like they could have gone deeper with that story, which is like
there's so much to do with those type of movies though, like the I guess theme park movies is what they call them.
Yeah.
But like there's so much to do with those movies.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like doing so many cameo based stuff. It becomes a theme park, right?
That's true. That's facts. But like that kind of put them in my good graces. But then also like I think the biggest thing for me was the X-Men 97 show.
Mm-hmm.
That was like if they have writers that can put out shit like this.
Yeah.
Why can't you translate that to your movies? You know, like, because each of these episodes are like, like it all fits together, but you can like, the episodes stand like amazing on their own too, and like, you can do this for these episodes. Like, you should for sure be able to do these for like movies. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, like, I get whoever was working on that shit, and like, you know,
didn't they fire that guy? Did he have some sort of like
the black guy, right? I forgot what was I think he was what was it? He was sending nudes of himself.
There's some controversy or something.
There was some shit like that. Like apparently he was sending nudes of himself to his other writers to like inspire them.
Wait, that's what
I think that's what it was. There and yes, it was like shit like that. But then like I think he came out he came out saying like because like people were like they leaked or some shit happened that like he was sending nudes, so people were like, yo, what the fuck, like that's a like workplace harassment, all this. And then he came out and was like, yo, like it was meant to inspire them for like this and that and like whatever.
He doubled down.
Yeah, but he didn't mean it in like a predatory way. It was like I don't know. I didn't go too deep into it. I'm not gonna condone none of that, but like it felt like he was kind of like peep my physique. Yeah, make the comic physique like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if that's like I don't know. Maybe they needed like a human anatomy. Like they were like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't think that's what.
I have no fucking idea. It's so fucking random. But he cooked with the show. At the end of the day, he cooked with the show. Yeah, I think like the new Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
I'm like a pretty big like Fantastic Four fan, so like if that does good, I'll be happy.
Seems like they're gonna probably have the Fantastic Four be more related with Galactus than they are Doctor Doom.
That's fine.
Doctor Doom seems like it's gonna be more Spider-Man shit.
I get it because the thing is like they already did Doctor Doom in like the first Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And like they already did like Silver Surfer and Galactus, but like that second movie for like Rise of Silver Surfer, they didn't really do it justice.
Yeah.
Like Silver Surfer was really cool to see, but Galactus, like he was just like this like cloud kind of going around. It wasn't actually like Galactus, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think there was a lot more to flesh out with like Galactus there, where like Doctor Doom, like they did his thing and it worked, right? So like, I'm cool with them not rehashing it because like, what are they gonna do? Like another origin story for that?
Well, I mean, they're gonna eventually have to do it. I feel like my theory with like this whole like Doom saga stuff is like once it all happens, they're going to reset or soft reboot.
Okay.
Some characters are gonna get recast, some are not. I feel like they're gonna kind of do something like that.
Yeah, fair.
And I feel like
they should. In my opinion, they
should then make Doctor Doom a Fantastic Four villain again. Yeah. Because like right now I fully feel like he's gonna become like a Spider-Man thing.
Dude, yeah, I don't like what I'm hearing about that. Like I kind of do because I get it with like the audience.
It's because of the character though. It's because it's Robert Downey Jr. coming back. They're going to. It's so inevitable for them to tie it in with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
That's facts. And I feel like the people kind of want it too. Like I kind of want that.
Obviously, if like you're gonna have the Robert Downey Jr. back, like
do it.
Then you have to do that.
Yeah. Like why wouldn't you?
Especially like knowing how tied like Tony Stark and like Peter Parker became.
Yeah, because it's like a story that's unique to MCU.
Yeah. Like
not Marvel comics, like MCU particularly because of like the fan base and like audience that they created for the movies. Yeah. That like you can get away with doing that.
Yeah, but I feel like that after this they have to like do that soft reset and then like go back to like normal shit, like original shit, like as in comic book shit, and then like build off of that again and get somewhere with it.
If they do it like that though, like I just don't want like the Fantastic Four. I'm okay with them not doing an origin story.
Yeah.
Do it like how like we're getting like a year 2 Batman, like a year 2 Superman, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Give us like a year 2 of like Fantastic Four. Like
we already saw your origin twice.
Yeah. Like we don't. Yeah. Like you fucking failed the second time.
Yeah, horribly.
We don't need to see it again. People kind of like understand who these guys are, and like they can maybe do like a reboot like years later, but I think it's too soon compared to like when did that second reboot come out? Like was it like 2015ish?
2016.
Okay, yeah. So it's like still kind of close. I think the original ones came out in like more like 2006, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Around that time. Yeah. So like I guess no, that doesn't look right. Cuz that's almost like every 10 years they're doing a reboot. I don't like that. Cuz odds are they might do a reboot for this one then.
Maybe. But I mean like Pedro Pascal's not getting any younger.
Facts.
I was confused with his casting.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like he could carry the torches like
for that long.
Reed Richards for like I don't know
over
15
over
years,
a decade,
or something.
That's true, but to be honest, they brought Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. back, and this guy is like 55, 60.
But he's back as Doctor Doom, like a different character. This Doctor Doom could be seasoned, like he could be like fully invested as Doctor Doom for who knows how many years.
Yeah,
because it's coming from a different universe.
No, but what I meant like age wise. Oh, like playing that character.
But like when he was starting as Iron Man, he was pretty young.
No, RDJ.
He was what? He's only like 50 something now. So and he's been playing it 20 years.
So 30s.
That's good.
Okay.
For an actor, like between like I think 25 to like 35 is like a decent age.
Oh, to like cast.
In my opinion, to cast is like that.
That's fair. That makes sense.
What is Pedro right now? Like 40 something?
I could not tell you.
Let's check.
Because he's not doing Last of Us anymore, right?
No, he is.
Is he? I thought okay, like just one more season, or is he still like doing that year round or something?
It depends on like how if they get renewed though.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal right now is 49 years old.
That's doable. That's workable.
And let's see how. No, for 20 years.
No, for 10 years.
Yeah, but like Reed Richards is such a like main stage character. He needs to be there like a Tony Stark. Especially if they're gonna like, they could eventually like establish like the Illuminati, for example. Right? Yeah. And you can't do that without Reed Richards. Let's see, Robert.
Fuck man, that's rough.
Downey Jr. right now is 59.
Yeah, that's crazy, and he's coming back to do more work. But like, here's the thing though, I do want to mention that like, I feel like actors and actresses can go like their whole life still acting. Cause like recently, like Ian McKellen, like Magneto and Gandalf, he was like, yo, like I'll do this shit till I die, basically. Like he doesn't want to pass on the torch of Gandalf. Like he's down. Like if anytime they want to do Gandalf, like he'll come back and do Gandalf. And he's also somebody who like started acting in his like 40s and 50s, so he's like up in age now, and he's probably still do it like while he can manage to do it. So like I think it's possible to have have like Pedro still be Reed Richards till like who knows how long. And part of it is because he's like a character that has like metahuman abilities. They can get away with like CGIing a lot of him, even with his age.
Really, but we can't do that with Hayden Christensen.
Well, there's a difference between movie. It's a movie budget and TV budget thing. If they do a movie with Hayden, then oh yeah, sure, do it. Like de-age him, do your thing. I feel like they can clean it up and make it look good. But like when it comes to like the TV budget, it's like they don't have enough to like spread around to like really make to really convince us, you know. But also like Reed Richards, like he has like the gray hair and stuff. Like you don't really need to de-age him like to that extent, and like.
I guess I'm just saying like the way that like I feel like Pedro Pascal's been aging is what I'm saying. I feel like I've watched this man age 10 or 20 years since he got cast in like what, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's facts. But to be honest, like Game of Thrones, like that was like season was it like season 4 or 5?
What, that's like
when he was cast?
That's like 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, like it's been a minute since then. So like it might seem recent because like I feel like you and me both watched Game of Thrones like before season 8 or something.
Yeah.
So like we watched it like way after, and there's been like I think like 1 or 2 years gap between each season.
I think definitely a year.
Like I think from season 7 to season 8 there was like a 2 year gap.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping, but I don't know. It just feels like I watched this man age so fast.
I completely feel that though. But I think it depends on what they're expecting to do with the Fantastic Four. Yeah. Because what if they're only trying to do a trilogy?
Yeah, but then like, there's like rumors that they want to make like the Illuminati post this whole Secret Wars stuff.
Yeah, I mean.
So that means that he has to be persistent in the universe.
So then I think it's probably a matter of like, because of like, I feel like MCU was in like a hot seat for a while. Yeah. When they were making all these decisions. Yeah. So they chose to like pick these like
actors that
can bring people into, you know, the theaters.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were kind of going for, and then like that's the whole casting behind RDJ, Pedro, and bringing back Wolverine, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I think that was their whole point, and now that they've done that, they can like you were saying, they go and maybe do like a multiverse soft reboot, like they do something and like bring in the new characters. It's just hurting if like they start to tackle the same storyline. Yeah. Right? Like, because you know, like if they know that like Pedro's Reed Richards is only gonna be in it for a trilogy, like even like the rest of the cast, they're only gonna be in there for a trilogy. Yeah. Go with like those storylines that like are like the consequences are insane, where like people are dying at the end of it, or like the world's not the same. Maybe like their universe dies, like or something like that, where like, you know, then it makes sense for you to like be like, okay, now we don't have to like tackle that same story again. Yeah. Right.
I mean, there's like characters though, like that I feel like they can continue after Secret Wars. Like for example, I think you can continue to do as many Spider-Mans as like Tom Holland doesn't look like he's falling apart.
Yeah, I guess so.
Plus,
Tom Holland was really young when they cast him.
They're not letting the man fucking tell his Spider-Man story. From like the rumors that I'm hearing for like what they want to, like Sony wants to do with the character, they're not letting them tell the Spider-Man story. Like they're trying to make it like this whole like multiverse thing again. Yeah. Just tell the Spider-Man story. Like they set it up so perfectly after No Way Home.
Yeah, they did, man. They had so much shit going for it. I need to see. Well, Tom Hardy is gonna be Venom Last Dance, I think, or the one after that is supposed to be his last appearance.
No, I think this is his last like Venom movie, and then whatever they do after, it's like his last like Venom ordeal. Yeah, and like from what I've heard, they're trying to put it into the Spider-Man movie, where like the final villain is Null. Yeah, so like, you're just taking over Spider-Man's movie to tell this.
Yeah, well, we saw that like Venom dropped his piece of his symbiote during No Way Home, right? Yeah. So like, we know that they've been gearing up to like recast him, essentially. Like they have that option to recast. Yeah. So like, I'm cool with that. If they can integrate all those characters, like if the Venom universe is like dying, and they like somehow have everyone jump over to the MCU, like that's fine. for like a movie.
But
have
to hijack a whole like essentially first movie of like Spider-Man's trilogy.
Yeah,
I can't vibe with that.
that's fair. It shouldn't be the first.
It should just be Spider-Man's story.
Is it for sure the first?
That's what people are saying.
Spider-Man 4, right?
That's what like the rumors like Spider-Man 4 is like the Null would be in the movie. And like
I thought people were like kind of like doing like fan theories and stuff of like, oh, you're gonna have like Madam Web, Craven, and Venom all fight.
I thought it was like rumor.
With Spider-Man.
I thought it was rumors of what Sony wants to do with the movie.
I think people were just kind of theorizing because now that they introduced Null, it's like, how are you supposed to beat Null? And like with Tom Hardy like saying like he's kind of like this is like his last movie. It's kind of like you kind of have to have like this Sony universe come together.
They should have just introduced Null like in a different movie, not a Venom movie, and then like Venom Last Dance should have been like the last dance.
But doesn't it work with it's Venom? It's all Venom.
I don't want it to like. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like since the Sony universe was started with the Venom, end it with Venom. So the Venom Last Dance should genuinely be the last dance.
You're saying they should have delayed like the last Venom movie.
Yeah, delay it. Introduce Nolan like fucking Craven or something somehow, some way.
So they could have
buy a fucking cameo in the fucking end sequence like they did Thanos.
They could have done Null in the Carnage movie. Had the Carnage movie had a better story,
exactly.
They could have had like because from what we know from the Null trailers that they've shown is that like he's sending like symbiotes to Earth after Venom guys to like fuck them up and shit.
They could have just started like this like trickling effect where
before the second movie,
before they fought Carnage in that movie, they showed maybe them taking care of another symbiote and like wondering like what the fuck is happening.
Yeah,
you introduce Null that way, so like he's a persistent issue that takes place, and you can have him overarching and everything. Especially if like Craven, everybody else is supposed to be involved, then like do something like that.
Yeah,
and don't and hijack the Venom movie to be the one to like actually be the quote unquote last dance for the Sony universe.
That's true. That's true.
The Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Well, like we'll see how it goes with the Spider-Man movie because like from the reports that I was seeing, it was like they're still gonna do like a neighborhood like grounded Spider-Man movie, but they're gonna have multiversal aspects to it. So what I think of when they say that is like there might have like a cameo here and there, but the actual like story and like the way it progresses and everything is still gonna be like a Spider-Man story, like. He's not going to have anyone to rely on. It's going to be just him working through it and like whatever. Right? I think the cameo stuff is going to be more like it could be more like maybe like how the villain gets introduced.
Like Null?
What if Venom's actually like the villain? Cuz they have that like droplet of Venom.
I can see that as well.
They can work this into like you know, Spider-Man versus Venom.
There's rumors that Null's going to be in like Secret War though.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Doctor Doom though.
There's.
How are they gonna do both?
Because it's a universal thing. You could just have Null.
That's too much to bite off, though. I feel.
I don't fucking know. There's rumors that like every other character is involved in Secret Wars.
That's fucked. I don't know how they're supposed to do that because like they also have to like put in the work for like Doctor Doom if he's gonna be the villain for this character, and they have to put in the work for Null to like it just what?
I don't know. There's just so many rumors of Secret Wars.
So here's the thing, like because like the symbiote, it's like a hive mind, right?
Yeah.
Like I can see there being like potential for like Null to cross over into the MCU.
Yeah.
I can for sure see that and make it like somehow just make it work. Like after he like maybe he like Null just fucks up all of the Sony universe. Like he just end of the movie is like they literally just got murked out.
Yeah.
Like they're done. Like nobody cares about Madam Web. Like Craven just had the one movie, and now Craven's done too. Like I don't know. They just kind of like get rid of them, and then Null's like, wait, like Venom's still alive, like in this other universe, and then he goes after it.
No, he kills Tom Hardy's Venom too. So then Tom Hardy's Venom was the anchor being. So now their universe is ending.
I don't think they're doing that. I don't think they're doing an anchor being thing, but like. That's dumb as fuck. If they like, you can get away with doing that with certain characters. I just don't think Eddie Brock is the character to be doing that with.
To be fair, he did start the whole like Sonyverse, so
I know, but it's just kind of like he's not that guy, bro. Like I don't know, like he's like Spider-Man's that guy. Like Tony Stark can be that guy. Like Captain America can be that guy. Black Widow's not that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like that. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Rings of Power for a little bit, actually.
Sure.
I know you haven't been watching it, but I'm not. I feel like this in the way like Penguin, like I feel like Penguin, like everyone can get into. I definitely think like, and I've been thinking like, Rings of Power, like you have to be a Lord of the Rings fan at the end of the day to really like appreciate and watch it. Because like, if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, like why are you even watching it? It's a Lord of the Rings spin-off like series.
Yeah.
Like why are you even watching it and sitting there in the first place?
Are people still hating on it? Like, are there still like those like rage baits?
Not really. Now like people have actually been accepting it hella. Like the first 3 episodes it's all warranted. Especially like if you're not a fan, like you're gonna think it's like so slow paced. Like you probably won't even watch it. Like the same thing happened to me with House of Dragons because I'm not really like a big Game of Thrones fan, especially after like season 8. So it's like when I'm trying to watch House of Dragons, like I was kind of it's just so like slow to like sit through the first episode that like I was like, fuck this, I'll watch it later. I'm talking about season 1, first episode season 1, and I was like, I know I have to kind of like work through the first few episodes and like get to it, but like, what Rings of Power is doing now with like each episode since, it's just been like, it's been crazy. Like there's been shit happening on all fronts, and like you're actually like invested into like what these characters are doing. Like, I think they're on episode 6 now, and end of episode 4 they had created the dwarf rings, so there's 7 dwarven rings, and like now you have the king of like Durin, King Durin. You have him being corrupted by the ring, and he's being greedy as fuck, and he's holding these other rings hostage. Like he has 6 other rings, and there's the other dwarven lords and shit, and he's like, yo, if you guys want these rings, because these rings are gonna bless you, you gotta give me like, it's like 50% tax, like you owe me 50% of your shit. So then like, and everyone's like shook because they're like, yo, like dwarves don't like, nobody moves, you're not supposed to move like this, like you're being greedy. And then now you see his throne and you have like all this gold and shit and they're like, they set up like and because they live in the mountains, they set up like parameters and like areas that you can't go into, because it's gonna fuck with the integrity of like the mountain and like whatever. And he's the one who created those like laws and whatever, and now he's like, fuck that shit, break into it, go deeper. He's full, because he's like, it's kind of like he's like, the way it reminded me, it was like, it's like he's on a high, like, you know when like Lex gets like Superman's powers for a day, and he starts seeing like the atoms and everything, and he's like, his mind opens up. That's what it reminds me of, because he's like looking at the mountain and he's I can see pockets of like minerals that like we haven't tapped into. Like there's like a vast ocean of minerals that we can still like mine. So he's like, yo, like he walks by and he's like, tap here, and tap here. Like he's like telling them like exactly where to dig for them to go deeper. But like obviously in the back of your head, like, you know, like it's gonna all come crumbling down. And then like they already like teased in the trailer that the Balrog from Lord of the Rings is gonna be in there. And in the newest episode, like, you see Sauron like look into like some flames, because he's trying to deal with the dwarves, and he wants them to give him more mithril, because that's like their like nth metal type of shit, like their what is it, like the shit that Captain America shield made out of, like the fucking like indestructible type of shit, right? And like guy's so greedy, he's like, nah, like he's like, nah, I'm not giving you anything. But then like his son's kind of like, you know, he's kind of like has like a level head, and he's like, yo, I'm actually like, maybe you're not fully corrupt, right? Like he's like I'm so happy that my dad's not like fully fucking corrupted by greed, because like he would have just given away our mithril. But then his dad's like, nah, I just know he wants it so bad that like when he comes back the next time, he's gonna offer me like more, like his fucking heart on his sleeve, like just fucking like, here, take anything, like a kidney, like just take it. And then he's like, bro, like my fucking dad's lost in the sauce. So now him and his wife are like working against it. But anyways, Sauron's like getting chapped because he's like, this guy's not listening. And Sauron like looks into like some fiery pit. Like a fireplace, and you see like the Balrog, like just, it's like a short like little Balrog thing. So like he knows the Balrog's there, and he's trying to, I think he's like orchestrating it so like the Balrog wipes out like all the dwarves. And we're gonna see some shit. Like, I think like where it's headed is like Durin, like his son. They're both called Durin, so it's kind of fucking like Durin Junior the third or some shit. I don't know his name, but like it's. I think it's working in a way where like he's probably gonna like get banished or like break away from this kingdom.
Okay.
And then their kingdom's gonna be in ruins afterwards, and he's probably gonna continue like the lineage, cause in the Hobbit I think they have Durin like the, I don't even know, like the 5th or something or 6th. I don't know how fucking deep it goes in there. Like I don't even know. They have like the lineage kind of going or something. But yeah, and then you have the crazy thing that like the focus is like Sauron, and like he's really trying to craft the rings, but it's like the manipulative aspect, because like Celebrimbor is the guy that crafts everything, and Sauron, like he's pretending to be an elf, right? And he's like within like this is it called Eregion or something? I forgot the city name, but he's in the city. He's pretending that it's all Celebrimbor, and like anytime if the rings are corrupt or if anything gets up, he's like blaming it on Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
And then Celebrimbor is like, he's getting manipulated in his head to think like everything's okay and he should like continue, and like they're having like this like little tug of war of like, I don't want to make more rings, but then like he's trying to make it so like Celebrimbor has to make the rings.
Yeah.
And then like Galadriel guys are all like preparing to like launch a siege on Sauron, because they know that like he's kind of trapped in the city right now, because like he needs to finish all the rings before he dips.
Yeah.
So like they're trying to plan it out, but then she's like in the newest episode, she's kind of like, she tells I don't know if you remember, but you know how like they created an original character. It was like a dark elf type of dude, like not the black guy, but like this guy's kind of like he's an Uruk-hai, but he's like the head of all like the orcs and stuff.
Yeah.
This is like a character they created as like another like force to lead the orcs, to have somebody like guide them, right? And he hates Sauron, so he's trying to find out where the fuck Sauron is, and he captures Galadriel essentially, and like they eventually like decide to work together to take down Sauron. But then last minute Galadriel's like, nah, because she has one of like Sauron's rings on.
Yeah.
And she's like, because she literally can't trust what she's thinking anymore, and she's kind of just like, I think he wants us to do this. And she's like, yo, we're walking into his trap.
Yeah.
But at this point, like the guy is just like, fuck, I don't care, I'm trying to like, he's not gonna take her answers for like anything else. Like now that he knows like where he is, he's just gonna go and like take, and he has like, they have like this shot of like this whole fucking like armada, like it's like camps of fucking orcs, like it's like a, like you just see like this whole like valley filled with orcs.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're moving, like let's fucking fuck this guy out. So now like I think the season's only supposed to be like 8 episodes, so we should only have like 2 more episodes, but like holy fuck, like we're about to see like a large scale war happen.
Nice.
And I think like Sauron's really just orchestrating it, because this is his time to take over the orcs. I think.
Yeah.
Like he's
Sauron scheming.
Yeah, and like, dude, I think they sent you the video of like when he walks outside, and like they did a real time transition from night to day or day to night. Did I show you that?
I don't think you did.
So like, Celebrimbor is like, he hears like the siege bells ringing, and he's like, what the fuck's happening? And Sauron's like, yo, just chill, just work on your shit.
Work
like,
on your shit.
He's like, bro, he's like, yo, nothing's happening, right? But Celebrimbor like, nah, I gotta go see what's happening.
Yeah.
So now Sauron, he like does his like illusion magic shit, that manipulation he can do, and he makes Celebrimbor, like when Celebrimbor opens the doors to look outside, it's all peaceful, like it's just people like playing on the harp, like singing, like kids like throwing a ball around, like shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you see like Sauron walk out into like this this area. Celebrimbor goes back inside to work on his shit.
Yeah.
And then you see like the way they shot it, they had like a light setup on like Sauron's face and stuff, and they made everything look bright. But as the camera's panning around them, it starts to go to night, and you just see like all these like kids and like women just running away, like trying to survive and shit.
Yeah.
And like you just see like shit going down. And like, but the thing is like they did it in real time, and people are actually like really appreciating like what's happening now, which is nice. It's like such a switch up.
So like all the rage bait's gone.
A lot of it, yeah. Like I think like it was really just the first 3 episodes, and anyone who's still watching is enjoying it, and the people that like couldn't get through the first 3 just dropped it, right?
Okay.
So
all the YouTubers are accepting.
I haven't looked up their like breakdowns and stuff. I'm kind of like I'm gonna wait till the season's done because I'm enjoying it, and you know.
I mean, there's always like those cultist sort of mentality though.
Yeah.
Especially with these type of franchises like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Where they just won't accept new material in a way.
Yo, there was something. Yo, you know, people were shitting on the Penguin for because the DC comic logo at the beginning. Did you see that? Bro, find something to hate on, huh? Just like what the fuck? They're like, yeah, like remember when like DC used to have like themed logos that fit with like the character, and now they just threw this. What?
What are we complaining about,
Shut the hell up, bro. That is like the randomest thing to complain about.
Yo, cultist, bro.
Yeah.
That's from that side of the fence.
Yeah. Yo, chill. I'm not on that side of the fence. What the fuck? Yeah. Anything else that we want to talk about? Anything else to cover? I think that's about it.
No, I think that was like the most current event things kind of happening.
I know for box office, like Romulus, like a lot of these things are doing amazing. Transformers 1 hit like 95 mil opening day.
Yeah.
And in comparison, I think like some of the other big names like TMNT and I can't remember what else was there. Something else that dropped like domestically that like, anyways, like these things were hitting around like 100 mil. And like the crazy thing with Transformers 1 was like just the budget of it, because it's animated. It's like, fuck, it's like maybe like 70 mil. Like it's so low, like the budget compared to like some of the other budgets, which were like 130 mil or higher.
Yeah.
That like people are like, yo, this is fucking like insane, because they already made back the profit, and this is like, that's first day.
Yeah.
Like those are reports after one day. So like it's gonna be on track to make some absurd amount of money. Like
that's good.
I wonder what it's gonna be like after like this opening weekend.
We need more people in seats in theaters, dog.
Yeah.
We need these movies to be making money.
For those of you, if you're interested, there's the EIFF, like the Edmonton International like Film Festival happening. This is It's gonna, I think it's starting October. No, September 27th. So starting like just next Friday.
Week, yeah.
Go take a look. There's a lot of like short films and like movies being like debuted on there. Like you can kind of like go through them, like read the synopsises and like buy tickets for whatever you want. It's actually not bad for the pricing. Like there's
What theater is it taking place at?
So it's mainly Landmark. Downtown
word?
One. Oh. Like the
City Center. But some movies are being played in the Garneau Theater. Okay.
So you just have to look at like what movie you're buying your tickets for, and then like it'll tell you like where it's gonna be. But they're doing like a pass of like you can watch 6 movies for $75. So like, which I think is kind of cheap. Like normally movies are like $15 a ticket.
Like 20 something, $25 a ticket nowadays, bro.
I think 20 for like opening day and stuff, but like $15 is nice, and then with the 75.
No, I swear $15 is Tuesday's prices now.
No,
I swear.
I get $15 for my tickets because they're like with the Landmark membership.
But your membership, like just like general admission though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's like, yeah, that's true, 15. And then because I usually get them for like 12, 13ish.
Yeah.
After the discounts.
Yeah. Which is insane.
Yeah, fuck, the prices are going up. But anyways, like it's $15, and then like if you just want to go for like one movie, if you don't like want to see 6 movies.
Yeah.
But it's like 6 movie passes, so you could go to like one movie with 6 people.
Yeah.
Or you could go to like 3 movies with 2 people. Like, you know what I mean?
Or
like,
just go to 6 movies by yourself.
It's that's what I mean. Like it depends on like, but like they're basically giving you one free movie, like 6 movies for $75.
Yeah.
Because normally it's like you'd get 5 movies for $75, so they're giving you the extra free movie.
Yeah.
So I might try to like, I'll try to see if I can make it work with my schedule, because like these movies are playing like at certain times. So certain movies are like, it's like Wednesday 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, unless you got nothing to do during the day, like go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, definitely let them check out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all that we got. Go in our comments, let us know what you guys thought about the manga chapters. If you guys watched any of the TV shows that are coming out that we talked about. Let us know if you guys have any theories for any of the manga chapters as well. or even the movies or TV shows,
Go
or
watch
whatever.
Transformers.
Go watch
That
Transformers.
shit was insane.
It was. I haven't seen it, so I can't say it. Go to our description of our TikTok, or Twitter, Instagram, Coming Never. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.